years, I decided that I wanted to keep going with my videos that I've been making for you, but I was kind of running out of topics. So I thought, well, we're getting kind of close to the end of the year, and there are certain fun things that we would have been doing if we were back in our secondary classroom. And so I thought, well, maybe I can share a few of those with you, or share other fun things that I come up with along the way that would just be fun for us to do or for you to do at home by watching my videos. So today I decided that I would test out a new recipe for homemade Play-Doh. And Daniel is my filming expert right now. So he is filming me so that I can have my hands free, because it's hard to make things and hold the phone at the same time. Alright, so I printed out a recipe. The recipe is called The Best Homemade Play-Doh. So don't worry about the recipe right now, because I'm going to attach the recipe after this video. So hopefully this video is this recipe is true, that it is the best homemade Play-Doh. So we're going to find out. Alright, so it says the first thing I need to do is mix together all the ingredients except the food coloring into a medium saucepan. So I have my medium saucepan, and the first ingredients are a cup of water and a cup of flour. Pretty simple. Then the next thing I need is 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is actually one of the ingredients in baking powder, and I have a feeling that it will kind of help our Play-Doh stick together. I should really look up exactly what cream of tartar does, because I know that it's part of the baking powder makes things rise and fluff up, but I'm not sure what it actually does in this recipe. Then the next thing I need is 1/3 of a cup of salt. And salt is a great preservative, and so it will help you keep your Play-Doh from molding. You'll notice that this Play-Doh does have to be stored in the refrigerator though, and eventually it will mold, but I think it's going to be worth it anyway. And the last thing I need is just a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and I have a feeling that is to make it kind of smooth and so that it will come off things easily. Okay, so I put all the ingredients into my saucepan, and now I'm going to get a spoon. Try to get a spoon. Alright, I couldn't find any spoons. I'm going to use a spatula. It's a good thing. Okay, it says to cook over medium or low heat, stirring. Once it begins to thicken, add the food coloring. Okay, so keep on stirring it. And flour and water, just the 2 of those things, if you mix those together and you cook them over heat, they'll thicken up too. A lot of sauces are made by flour and water. Alright, I'm just going to keep on stirring here. Got a little more heat. I may have to edit some of this video if it takes too long. What do you think, Daniel? Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's starting to form some clumps. I can see those clumps forming in the bottom of the pan as I'm stirring. Oh, it says once it begins to thicken, add the food coloring, and then continue stirring. Okay, Daniel, what color shall we make? I'm thinking neon blue. What do you think? Okay, Daniel's nodding his head. We're going to go for neon blue. It said to use gel food coloring, which I don't have any of that right now. I think the gel food coloring just tends to be a little darker. Oh, it's really thickening up now. I'm going to take it off the heat. Okay. But any kind of food coloring will work. And if you don't have food coloring, you can just make white. Or even mix paint into it, because you're not going to eat it anyway. It will be very salty. Oh, it's really thickening. Okay, it says once the dough is not wet, put it into some wax paper. Okay, Because after cooling, you need your Play-Doh for a few minutes. I'm going to dump this out. I know my colors aren't all together yet. I'm just going to let it sit right here on this. And I'll come back in 30 minutes after it's cool and blend it together. Okay, girls and boys, the Play-Doh has cooled off, and Lauren almost got carried away, and she started mixing it together before she realized that this is a very important video process. And so now we're going to knead it to get all the colors mixed in. I almost kind of want to add some yellow or something to part of it, Lauren. What do you think?
Sure.
Make a different color? I know the recipe said to add the color in because it doesn't get it all over yourself, but why not? So you could actually leave it white and then mix the color in later, but again, if you do that, it'll probably get pretty messy. So that's why you add the color when you're still mixing. So Lauren broke off a chunk, and we'll set part of this aside, and we'll see if we can mix up another color here maybe. Kind of. Okay. All right. Let's see. This might turn Lauren's hands yellow. We'll see. That would be kind of fun. We'll experiment too. All right. Here we go. You might have to use the wax paper to kind of help you manipulate your color. Oh, here comes the color. What are you doing, Daniel? Ziggy does not like the Play-Doh. Ziggy says, no, thank you. Oh, poor Ziggy. There's more Play-Doh on the table. Oh, it looks kind of like the earth now. We'll mix some of those colors in. Lauren wasn't here earlier when we were putting this together, so she did not hear that according to the website that I got this off of, this is supposed to be the best homemade Play-Doh recipe. I don't know. It's pretty good. We product tested clay versus store-bought Play-Doh. We made a donut out of it. Let's see what else I can make. How's that other colored Play-Doh coming, Lauren? Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see if I can make a snail. There's my snail. Maybe you could add some antenna for me, Lauren. I'll move it back a little bit. There we go. Oh, he needs like a. The snail needs a foot. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. There's my snail. Green antenna. Are you making an antenna for me? Okay, Lauren's doing something else with the green plate. I want to try to make some antenna here. Okay. It's a little hard. A little droopy, but that's okay. There he is. With blue and green. I almost kind of want to do like a little bit of a swirl together. Make it kind of look like the earth. Oh, that kind of worked. It's kind of an earth ball. Yeah. This is fun. Well, I don't know if it's the absolutely best homemade Play-Doh because I've only really tested out one recipe here, but it's pretty good. Alright, so here are my creations, and Lauren's been helping me put some creations. This is my earth ball. It's a little hard to see the different colors, but they're there. Lauren made my snail a hat. It didn't fit on his head, but it works really well on his back. Unfortunately, my snail is having some structural integrity problems, and he keeps falling over from time to time, but if I just kind of smush him to the table, it helps. I also made a blue elephant, which Kind of has a sad expression on his face. Might be because he's drooping so much, but there's my blue elephant. And this little guy should need no explanation. Just obviously, he is a Minecraft creeper. There he is. Oh, look, Lauren made a different earth ball. Oh, that one shows up way better. Thanks, Lauren.